I haven't heard anybody taking it.
It would only be Randy probably. No?
Coach, can we get an opening statement? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, questions please. That's the statement.
Coach, can you talk about the Lou Henson
Jason
Classic?
Huh?
The Lou Henson Classic. It's,
Yeah, when is that?
It's
Is that
Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday, and it's
I forget which one it was, Thursday or Saturday.
yeah, it's honoring Coach Lou Henson.
Yeah, that's a good opening statement actually. You know, Coach and I have been staying in touch, and obviously we talk a lot. You know, since I've been here, he's such a great guy. It's funny when you look at a living legend, and sometimes you take for granted that you have the opportunity to interact with him. I mean, he really is a living legend, and you know, it's funny. Every once in a while he'll say something, I just go, wow. You know, he just gets it, and he's a great guy to bounce stuff off to keep perspective. You know, because sometimes in this profession you can get a little wound up in the wins and the losses, and think you're better than you are when you're winning, and think that it's worse than it is when you're losing. But I think the big picture is why, you know, he can give you some perspective. But why'd you get into it? You know, are those things still in place, so on and so forth. But you know, it's one of those type of situations with Coach Henson that, you know, you're glad that he's, you know, here and able for us to pay tribute to him. So I hope everybody comes out and supports that game on Thursday.
Coach, can you talk about the opportunity to exercise some demons? You lost at Chicago State, lost at Missouri, Kansas City, now getting them home.
You know, I think the kids probably look at that more as like, you know, they'll be licking their chops to get another chance to compete and play hopefully better than they did last time. From the coach's perspective, we just want to make sure that we put things in place to fix what we did wrong last time. You know what I'm saying? So the guys are really probably more looking at it from an emotional standpoint or driven standpoint, where the coach is more like, well, this is where we got to put them to be successful because we didn't do the right things last time. And both those teams played really well against us. Both those teams came to play. You know, they played with extra emotion. They played harder than we did both times, both games. And I thought that you know, neither one of us executed, you know, at our upper echelon. But I thought both times that those guys did a really good job to be prepared to play the WAC champions. And quite frankly, we tightened the screws on our guys a little bit, and you know, we're not going to have any more outings where we don't play hard. I can guarantee you that. We may have some turnovers and have some miscues, but we're not going out like that. We gotta have an extra level of urgency every time we step onto the court. And if they haven't learned those lessons by now, then they're just, you know, they're not cut out to play this game at the next level. I mean, you got to understand the effort and the urgency has to be there every time. So. And I think they're getting it. You know, they've had plenty of lessons, 3 big ones, you know, this season, so, or this conference season. So, we'll see what Thursday brings.
Have you done anything different in practice?
We've had some different types of practices, yeah. I won't go into specifics, but yeah, it's been a different era in practice. I'll say that.
The three losses, the 3 lessons came on the road. Mm-hmm. Have you been able to pinpoint where those inconsistencies come from?
Just energy and effort and you know, just getting outplayed, just getting out hustled, you know, just getting beat. There's no, you know, there hasn't been any. I mean, there's basketball technical things that we got to do, but we have those even when we win, you know. So that's not the reason for the loss. The reason for the loss is we just got outplayed, we just got out hustled, we got out toughed, and we weren't mentally, you know, hungry to play those games, and those guys were.
What did I mean, Kansas City? I thought the little point guard had a good game. Harrison.
Really good game, yeah, really good game. Again, that's a freshman who comes in, and you know his guys are telling him, and you know the returners and coaches, and you know, hey, this is the team to beat. You know, and the guy came in and just, you know, played great basketball. He made shots, and you know, went in our bigs, and you know, got some guys in foul trouble, and he. You know, I think that might have been his best game of the conference, and that's, you know, same old story. We're getting everybody's best game, whether freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. So they need to people need to start getting our best game, and I think that's the message that we've been sending. And you know, hopefully, you know, they responded in Seattle, but we'll see what they do here at home. You know, they've been pretty good here at home, and that's So we say, okay, since we've been good here at home, well, we'll be good on Thursdays. Well, we're not gonna be good unless we bring it. So, it's just about approaching this thing one at a time and seeing where their heads are at.
They had some success on that, like, screen, the screen at the top of the key against you guys, I remember that.
Yeah, they did. I think we've cleaned that up a little bit technically. I think the bigs were, our angles on the bigs and our angles on the guy guarding the ball. We went over some ball screen stuff yesterday, just handling that. Again, they were able to make plays coming off of that, for themselves and for other players. So, we had multiple collapses defensively, to be honest with you. It wasn't the big or the guard involved, always just the four people involved in the ball screen. Sometimes it was the other guys, you're coming off the man when they're not supposed to and things like that. We gave up a couple threes that way as well. So, all those things are on film and they've had a chance to see them, so, we'll see what comes out of it.
At Chicago State, that was a weird game, because, you guys actually played well at the beginning of that one, and then they kind of, just the way that they played, I thought.
Yeah, I don't think that
They're
it's...
kind of a hard team to prepare.
Yeah, I don't think it's, how you start a game is always gonna be less important than how you finish it, Our early leads, either way, just don't mean a whole lot. I think coming out at halftime is a little different. I think you've gotta have some momentum. There's only 20 minutes there, when you come out and start the game hard and play well and you're scoring and you're getting stops. It's good to throw the first punch, there's no doubt about it, but it's still a long fight, it's a 40-minute fight, so if you're gonna throw good punches, you better be ready, better be better late than it is, early if it's gonna be a war, so.
Chile, talk about his last game, it seemed like you kept him in. I don't know if was Sim just winded or...
Nah, his foot was bothering him a little bit. It was a little bit of both, I think Chile was playing well, so there wasn't any real reason to play Sim longer than minutes than we had to, and he did feel it a little bit, so we didn't want to risk any further, nagging injury type deal, so we sat him, and he's practiced, he's been practicing, and we're still trying to rest him as much as we can. Because it's just one of those things where the more rest he has, the better it's going to be for the long haul. So we're kind of managing that with the medical staff.
Is he frustrated that he can't produce?
He is, yeah. It's getting to him a little bit, which is good. It shows he wants to compete and shows he wants to, contribute, when his teammates are out there. So, but, I got to look at I got to look at the big picture, so. It's tough, sometimes as a coach you're looking at the score and you want to make some moves, but you got to manage that. You can't, it's got to be, you got to win the game, but at the same time you got to take other things into consideration that may help you to win other games. So that's
how's he for the weekend? Thinking?
Yeah, I think he'll play. I think he'll be ready to go. How many minutes it still will be managed by probably a little bit by how he's feeling, but then also. By how the game's going as well. That would probably be for next Thursday and Saturday.
Coach, you have 6 games left in the regular season, 3 on the road, 3 at home. What do you hope to see in the last 6 games?
6 wins. Next question. No, I think we're at a stage right now where it's just, to be honest, it's just about what team's going to show up. Are we going to come out and play hard and play with energy and effort and enthusiasm and passion? If we do that for 6 games, we'll be fine. Win or lose, we'll be fine. I'll be satisfied with the development going into March, and into the conference tournament, I should say, because really that's what it's going to take to win the conference tournament. We're going to have to play good, sound, fundamental basketball. We're going to have to be, take care of the ball, all those kinds of things. But the energy is got to be proven that we can do it every time. And you would think when it's one and done, you wouldn't have to worry about that. But we've gone on the road and lost back to back. We've gone on the road and lost to Idaho, where I thought we had the better team, to be quite honest, and we didn't go out and perform up to our, Now listen, if we go out and we play great and we lose, then we got beat, and I can take that. When we don't play well, when we don't play hard, and you lose, then that hurts, because inevitably, you guys are just not doing what you need to do, and then if that means that I've got to change rotations or, you know, change my recruiting, I mean, you know, these contracts are year to year, you know, and I'm gonna have some players that are gonna come in and compete and play hard. I mean, Bonjasi was as quiet as they come, but he freaking brought it every practice, and he was a gym rat, and he loved the game, and he's making money now because of his, you know, his love for the sport. And you look at Wendell, you look at Ernst, I mean, we just had guys that went hard, and, you know, and that, to me, and all those guys had weaknesses, you know. Tyrone couldn't shoot it, you know. Bonja, you know, wasn't the best at taking small guys and handling, you know. So, I mean, everybody had their weaknesses, you know. But they understood what it was to be, you know, to put on an Aggie uniform and what that meant, and the tradition and the history of the uniform and what it meant to be an Aggie, what it meant to, you know, be a part of this program. They knew. I mean, Wendell's talking about coming back and doing charity games, and you know, he's invested. And these guys got to figure it out, you know, and they're still in the process of you know, I think learning some of that stuff. So, and you know, they're great kids and they're invested. I'm not trying to knock them because they are really, really good kids, but you know, they're kids. They're learning what it's going to take to be competitive at the highest level. So, you know, in other words, you know, it's a long answer to a short question, but the bottom line is these next 6 games, we have to show marked improvement in our intensity and our passion to play with this uniform on. If we do that, we're fine. We'll be fine.
Through this season, do you foresee, looking ahead, changing your recruiting style, maybe a more mature player?
No, I think you just, you know, the kids that we have in are good kids, and you know, we can win with these types of kids, but they got to get that lesson earlier in their journey, you know, that what it is to play UTEP, what it is to play UNM. I mean, you know, they did a good job of that this year, but it was almost like that was the highlight, you know, and I kind of, well, no, we want to win the regular season. We want to, you know, dance deep into the tournament, and you know, getting a 12, 13, 14 seed. We're not getting past round 1 or round 2, and if we do, it'd be great to get past round 1. But you're not going in there as a 15. Then you got to be. People have to be realistic. You know, it kills me when they say, "Oh, well, you know, one and done again," or you know, you're out. Well, we're freaking 14 seed. What do you expect? You know, you're gonna lose when you're playing teams that have superior talent, that have superior financing, that have our top 25 programs. You're not going in as a 14, 13, 15 seed. You know, and it happens. And of course you're going to play that way. Of course you're going to coach them up that way. You're going to do the things that you got to do to win the game. But the reality is, you know, you have to handle your business in a non-conference and get that RPI where you need it to be. And then in conference, you got to take care of business. Well, we didn't take care of business and win every game like you know, we were expected to win. But I would have taken a loss on the road, or even 2 on the road, had it been done in a way where you felt like your guys brought it. You know what I mean? And that's the thing that inevitably concerned me. And it's getting better. I think their attitudes have been better ever since the loss at Idaho. I thought their energy was good on Saturday. I thought their attitudes and concentration and focus on film has been better. They had good practice yesterday. So I'm hoping that, you know, we've got over the hump, so to speak. But we'll see. We'll see.
Anything else?
Anybody else?
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Coach.
Mm-hmm.